Hi guys, and welcome to Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing the Militado model number M14. So I received this watch for free. I don't have to send the watch back, but you guys know the deal by now. No matter how I get a watch in on this channel, you're always going to get my honest opinion every single time. And if by the end of this review you want to pick one of these up, I'm going to be leaving a link down in the video description. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It takes you to the official Militado website, the people that sent me this watch. So yeah, go there, check them out. There's lots and lots of options for this watch. So the price I am seeing is $69 US for mineral crystal and $99 US for sapphire. The watch comes in 3 different colorways that you can see on screen now. They have options with or without sapphire, like I said, and then also an option for a Ronda 515 movement that includes a date window. So plenty of options to choose from. Go over there, check them out, and you can pick one that you like. The watch case is made of 316L stainless steel. It has your choice of sapphire or mineral crystal, both of them with anti-reflective coating. It has a screw-down crown, screw-down case back, 100 meters of claimed water resistance. It has Swiss Super Luminova on the dial and the hands, and the watch is powered by either the Seiko VH31 sweeping quartz, which we have here, or the Ronda 515, which is a single tick quartz, but features a date window at 3 o'clock. So if you aren't aware, this is an homage to a vintage IWC Mark 11, and while I'm not an expert on the original, I have to say I did a little bit of digging, and they've done a really good job here replicating the look of that watch. This is probably the closest we're going to get to the genuine Mark 11. So yeah, really good job by Militado. But is the watch any good? That's what we're here to tell you. So let's find out. But before we do, doing a quick wrist check today, wearing my Omega Seamaster 2541.80. This is the GoldenEye version. Absolutely love this watch still. Alright, so let's get into dimensions. Got a case diameter of 36 millimeters, case thickness of 9.8 millimeters, standard 20 millimeter lug width, lug tip to lug tip of 45 millimeters, and on the supplied nylon strap, it weighs bang on 50 grams. So a very classic size watch, 36 millimeters, 45 lug to lug. A little bit broad with the 20 millimeter lug width. I think it looks a little bit funny, but this isn't the first 36 by 20 that we've seen. I know the vintage Explorers are kind of the same way or similar. So yeah, it does seem a little bit wide on the strap, but other than that, really happy with the dimensions. Nice and thin, as you can see there. Nice turn down to those lugs as well, and obviously super lightweight, so you just barely even notice this watch on wrist. So I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on my wrist for you. And here we are on my 7.5 inch wrist, and as you can see, it wears pretty small for my wrist, but I think anyone with a smaller wrist is really going to enjoy this thing. Really nice turn down to those lugs there, even with 2 layers underneath the watch here on the stock strap. It sits really nice and low. The case finishing looks excellent out in the natural lighting. AR crystal doing a good job keeping the dial nice and legible as well. And here we are out in some direct sunlight there, so there you can see a nice matte dial, still plenty legible. This is on a CNS watch band's single pass, so there's 1 layer underneath the watch there, sitting very nice. I think it looks good on this green. This is obviously going to be a strap monster. And here we are on a cut to size FKM. This one's got a little bit of texture to it. It's kind of like a tropic texture, but I really do like it. I think it looks good. It's kind of a weird green color, but again, I think it looks pretty good, and it's going to look good on pretty much everything. There's nothing under the watch there, so that's how it will sit down on your wrist. I think it looks fantastic. Just a little small for me. And lastly, here we are on a vintage brown leather strap from Hemsuit. Absolutely love this thing. I think this combo is probably my favorite. It's super comfortable, and I think it just looks great. Alright, let's go back inside and let's get back to this review. Alright, so let's talk about the case finishing. So case finishing, very nicely done. I gotta say, really happy with the case finishing on this watch, especially given the price. It is fully brushed, as you can see here. So we have brushing on the top of the bezel there, brushing on the bezel chamfer, circular brushing, and then brushing on that very small little edge there as well. Circular brushing on the tops of the lugs here, as you can see. Horizontal brushing on the case sides there. We have an unsigned screw down crown, but it's a good size crown, nice and grippy too, but it doesn't really stick out, and dig into the wrist or anything like that. So I'd say a perfect sized crown for this watch. We have brushing in between the lugs here, as you can see. We have drilled lugs. I mean, everything is just done very nicely. This bottom edge here is not sharp. These lug tips here, they are not sharp either. So it's been really nicely honed and rounded off, so it's not really sharp feeling on the wrist. And yeah, it's just done very nicely. Flipping it over to the case back here, simple screw down case back, notches there for a tool to get into, and then you got the Militado branding there, nice and clean circular brushing. And again, no sharp edges down here, circular brushing on the bottom of the lugs here as well. Yeah, I mean, everything is just done to a very nice standard. I'm really happy with the case finishing on this watch. All right, so let's talk about the crystal. First things first, we'll test it for sapphire because this is the sapphire version. It is positive for sapphire. So we have a really nice box dome sapphire crystal with clear and reflective coating. As you can see there, nice distortion on the edges, but nice and flat and completely legible even at these extreme angles. It's a good crystal. It's not the best crystal, but it is a good crystal, especially on a watch at $100. That's an expensive crystal to make, and they just kind of nailed it. So, and then the mineral crystal as an option. Yeah, that's nice to have that option. Save yourself $30, and it's going to be an even nicer crystal than this one. Sapphire is naturally more reflective than mineral crystal is. So if you get a mineral crystal, it's going to be even more clear than this one. So yeah, just something to consider. But yeah, it is a good sapphire crystal. All right, so let's talk about the dial here. So like I mentioned earlier, there are some different options with this watch. You have black with white lume, black with vintage lume, you have blue with vintage lume, and then you have an option for a date window with a Ronda 515 movement, or the sweeping quartz here, which has no date option. So lots of different options, lots for you to choose from. So go check out the site and you can pick the one that you like the best. But I think they're pretty much all the same. It's a matte dial finish. As you can see here, there's no gloss to it. There's really no texture to it either. I think it looks fine. Really nicely done. Everything else is printed on the watch. So you have a white printed minute track around the outside. You have these big blocks of lume here at 12, 3, 6, and 9. You have your Militado Watch Co. branding there, so that's kind of a nod to International Watch Co. And then you have your broad arrow down here at the 6 o'clock position. The handset that they use, really nice, good length on them too. They reach right out to the minute track there. The hour hand is that kind of cutoff design. Looking really good. The finishing on the hands seems to be done pretty nice. I don't see any fluff under the dial or anything like that. The alignment of the hands is good. The alignment of the printing is good. The printing is nice and crisp. And then we have this really nice white seconds hand here, which I think on the blue one you can get it in yellow or something like that. So again, just something to pay attention to, but very nicely done. I mean, the handset is done good. The lume is pretty decent on this watch as well. Here you can see it against a couple other watches in the collection, and it kind of just holds its own. It's good. It's BGW9 and it's printed, so it's not the best, but it actually does a pretty good job of hanging in there with the other watches in the collection. It's not a great lume just because of the configuration, but it's far from being poor lume. All right, so let's talk about the movement inside. So like I mentioned earlier, you can get either the Seiko VH31 sweeping quartz, which is what we have here, 4 ticks of the second hand every second. So pretty decent tick, or pretty decent sweep there on the second hand. I think it looks good. This is my personal choice. I'm not a huge fan of single ticking quartz watches, but I also don't need a date window. So if you do need a date window, they option in the Ronda 515, which is a Swiss movement. Both of them are going to be very accurate, very reliable for a long time. I believe they're pretty much similar on specs as far as accuracy goes, plus or minus 20 seconds a month. And then I believe the VH31 has a 3-year battery life and the Ronda has a 4-year battery life, I believe. So just something for you guys to consider. I personally prefer this one every single time. Both movements are operated by an unsigned screw down crown here. Nice and big and grippy crown. Smooth screw in and screw out action. Nice pop out from this VH31 here. First position does nothing. Second position hacks the movement right away. If you got the Ronda 515, the second position would change your date. Third position would hack the movement. But yeah, this is pretty typical. It feels good. The crown action, it's got a little bit of wobble into it, but not anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, really nice and smooth operation of this crown. Super smooth screw in action as well. I'm really happy with, they give you options, and then the screw down crown functions flawlessly. So really no complaints in the movement department. All right, so let's talk about the strap. So the strap on the watch is just a typical nylon strap here. It's actually a pretty decent strap, a little tiny bit short for my 7.5 inch wrist. I can't get that extra tuck, but I really do think this watch is just a little bit big for a 7.5 inch wrist anyway. So 7-inch wrist should be fine. You'll be able to tuck it fine. But it's a nice nylon strap. You can see here, it's all sewn in. You don't have any of the glue or anything like that. So it's nicely sewn in. You have nice substantial hardware as well, brushed to match the case. Brushed keepers as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty standard nylon strap, but a good one. And then the hardware on top is actually pretty nice. So yeah, very little to complain about. 20 millimeters all the way through. Yeah, I think it looks good. So there you go, guys. That is the Militado model number M14. If you're looking for a vintage IWC Mark 11 homage, I believe this is as close as we're going to get. I don't think there's many other brands doing watches like this one. So yeah, this is a very, very good option. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to complain about. I mean, especially at $100, you're getting a nice sapphire crystal, decent lume, solid movement, decent strap as well, good case finishing. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a no-brainer if you're going for this look. I think it looks fantastic, really nice and clean design as well. So yeah, I have been really happy with it, other than the fact that it's just a little bit too small for my wrist. But besides that, yeah, I can highly recommend this watch. So go down, check out the link in the video description. I think that's it for me. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.